Hello everyone, and welcome back to All Transfer News. Today, we've got the latest updates on our beloved club, Liverpool. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment of Liverpool transfer news. Let's get started.
Man UTD can hatch perfect plan to foil Liverpool's 130m Alexander Isak Swoop. Manchester United could act quickly to put a halt to Liverpool's ambitious plans to sign Alexander Isak this summer. The Reds are reportedly plotting a move for the Sweden international as they look to break the British transfer record twice in the same window. In contrast, United are biding their time in the window. Following the arrival of Matheus Cunha, they have been unable to get other transfers over the line, with a deal with Brentford for Brian Mbeumo still yet to come to fruition. However, the Red Devils have the chance to pounce and scupper Liverpool's move for Isak. According to The Times, Newcastle are expecting an offer in the region of 130 million for the Sweden international, though it is unclear whether Eddie Howe's side will even entertain a bid in the region. If Liverpool's approach is unsuccessful, they are said to be set to turn their attention to Eintracht Frankfurt star Hugo Ekitike, who is already in talks with Newcastle over a potential move. The Frenchman is keen to make a Premier League switch this summer, and he has a long list of admirers, including United. Ruben Amorim's side remain in the race to secure the signature of the 23-year-old, and he is among their considerations to lead the line for their side next season. Thus, if United are able to act swiftly and decisively, there is every chance they could land Ekitike from under the noses of their rivals. Acquiring his services would likely confirm to Newcastle that they must keep Isak at all costs, while also forcing fierce rivals Liverpool back into the market for a new number 9 to replace Darwin Núñez. Although the message from Old Trafford has been loud and clear that sales are required before marquee signings are made, making such a significant move in the transfer window could be an opportunity too good to turn down and may be enough to shift their priorities. The likes of Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, and Antony all have suitors, whilst there are still murmurs that Chelsea are eyeing Alejandro Garnacho. As a result, United may look to ramp up their fire sales sooner rather than later to ensure they can snatch Ekitike from the grasp of both Newcastle and Liverpool. Richard Hughes. Once finalized deal for forward considered by Liverpool. It was a mistake. Before taking the reins at Liverpool as sporting director, Richard Hughes had already made waves in the transfer market, particularly with a deal involving a striker now tied to Chelsea. Back in his Bournemouth days, Hughes agreed a $20.3 million fee to bring Nicholas Jackson from Villarreal to the Premier League, a move that nearly materialized before it ultimately fell through. Now leading Liverpool's recruitment strategy, Hughes's past interest in Jackson has resurfaced as the Reds assess forward options this summer. While Liverpool haven't yet formally approached Newcastle United regarding Alexander Isak, reports from the Liverpool Echo suggest there's a growing belief the Swedish striker might be open to a new challenge at Anfield, but Isak isn't the only name in the mix. According to The Athletic, Liverpool are also tracking other attacking talents including Victor Gyökeres, Victor Osimhen, and João Pedro. Additionally, Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson has also been on the Reds' radar, a player Hughes already tried to sign during his time at Bournemouth. Jackson's situation at Stamford Bridge is uncertain following the arrivals of João Pedro and Liam Delap. Although it remains unclear whether Chelsea would entertain offers from a domestic rival, especially Liverpool, the Senegalese forward's future is far from settled. Hughes's admiration for Jackson wasn't just speculative interest. In January 2023, Bournemouth had struck a deal with Villarreal for Jackson's transfer, outpacing rivals Southampton in the process. Jackson was even filmed boarding a private jet to the UK to finalize the move. However, the deal collapsed at the 11th hour after the forward failed his medical due to a hamstring injury. With the Cherries fighting for Premier League survival, they opted against signing a player expected to miss significant time. It was a calculated risk, but one that many now believe backfired. After returning from injury in March, Jackson caught fire, scoring 10 goals in 11 La Liga matches. His performances earned him a $32 million move to Chelsea just months later. Reflecting on the collapsed move, Jackson admitted the situation had been difficult. It was a tough time when the move didn't happen. But now I'm playing and enjoying football again. Everything happens for a reason. Even Bournemouth owner Bill Foley later conceded the club may have misjudged the situation. We tried to bring him back this year. We had him last year. And honestly, we made a mistake. He didn't pass the medical, but in hindsight, he returned to action much earlier than we expected. Now 24, Jackson has gone on to score 30 goals in 81 games for Chelsea, helping them win the FIFA Club World Cup and the UEFA Europa Conference League. Still, his form has been erratic. He's been sent off against Newcastle and Flamengo, and his finishing has frequently come under criticism. Should Chelsea consider trimming their squad, Jackson could become a potential target again, though whether Liverpool rekindles interest under Hughes remains to be seen. Konate turns down lucrative Saudi offer amid Real Madrid. Interest, meanwhile, Ibrahima Konate's future is becoming a growing subplot in Liverpool's summer plans. The French international has reportedly rejected a highly lucrative offer from a Saudi Pro League club, preferring to stay in Europe and compete at the highest level. With his contract entering its final year and no renewal in sight, Konate is increasingly being linked with a move to Real Madrid, especially following Trent Alexander-Arnold's confirmed switch to the Bernabeu. The Mirror reported that Saudi representatives made contact via Konate's agents last week, but the center-back swiftly dismissed any interest in pursuing the deal. His priority, sources suggest, is to join one of Europe's elite clubs. While no formal bid has yet been made, speculation is mounting that Konate is holding out for a free transfer to Madrid, which he could begin negotiating from January 1st. If no extension is agreed with Liverpool, the Reds are aware of the growing uncertainty and are actively exploring defensive reinforcements. Jarell Quansah's recent $35 million transfer to Bayer Leverkusen has left Liverpool lighter at the back. Wataru Endo and Joe Gomez remain as cover, with Andy Robertson also tested in a central role during preseason. Mark Guehi of Crystal Palace and Ajax prodigy Jarell Hato are both being monitored as potential additions. Whether Liverpool would consider selling Konate this summer remains unclear, but no official approaches have been made. Isak, still the primary target as Liverpool plot. Their next move, for now, Liverpool's transfer focus remains firmly on attacking reinforcements. The club has already sounded out Newcastle regarding a blockbuster move for Alexander Isak. Despite Newcastle's reluctance, Liverpool remain persistent, and should that deal collapse, they're prepared to shift gears toward Eintracht Frankfurt's Hugo Ekitike. Interestingly, Newcastle have also made a bid for Ekitike, believed to be worth up to $69 million including add-ons, though it was rejected by the Bundesliga side. The Magpies reportedly see Ekitike as a partner for Isak, not a replacement. Liverpool, however, could step in with their own offer and hijack the move. Meanwhile, Bayern Munich have submitted a $58.6 million bid for Luis Diaz, which Liverpool swiftly turned down. The Reds believe the Colombian international is worth significantly more, though Diaz himself is reportedly open to a move abroad. As of now, Bayern's proposal is viewed as inadequate by the Anfield hierarchy. Napoli have expressed interest in Darwin Núñez, and clubs in the Middle East are also watching the Uruguayan striker closely. However, no club has yet matched Liverpool's valuation, and Núñez remains a part of Arne Slot's preseason setup. Conclusion: Hughes past, influencing present decisions. Richard Hughes' near miss with Nicholas Jackson now serves as a cautionary tale, as Liverpool aim to avoid similar regrets in this summer's high-stakes transfer market. With Isak firmly in their sights and Ekitike as a strong backup, the Reds are navigating one of the most pivotal recruitment phases of recent years. As the new season approaches, Liverpool must balance ambition with strategic decision-making. Whether it's locking down Konate's future, resisting cut-price bids for Diaz, or finally landing their dream number 9, Richard Hughes' every move will be under the microscope.